me check if I'm ready though, because yeah, everything seems to be fine. Ah, the webcam stopped as usual. Yeah, this webcam problem, I cannot fix it, whatever. But yeah. Hello. Okay, I think I'm ready. Sorry, I had to stop my PC, restart it completely, so nothing is up, but we will start things one by one. And I'm behind like hundreds of emails. Hundreds of emails. Hundreds of okay, I'm coming live, huh? Hello. Hello people. Hello guys. I'm here. I'm here. Dum 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 dum. Sorry, sorry, I'm here. Hello, Hula. Hey, yes, I'm back, and no, I was not. I didn't. I didn't find any evil creature in my. Any evil creature in my road. No, I didn't. And yeah, everything went well. It was a very nice trip. I really liked it, and I also met some interesting people. And yeah, also some Italian guys and people, yeah. And was nice. It was a nice break, and definitely, I think the main takeaway of the trip is how how different still other countries are, right? So despite globalization, despite the fact that everyone can travel anywhere, despite the fact that we have internet and in theory we are connected and we are global in everything, right? Despite all of that, um, despite all of that, I think that still there are very profound differences. Very profound difference. So Sri Lanka is a place that is still kind of his own universe, right? In terms of, well, for sure the biome, so the weather, the plants, the landscape, the sky. I mean, it's a bit like Africa if you want, but it's also different, right? And yeah, I mean the people, the food, the life in general, the cities. I mean, they still look very different, right? To us, at least, right? To us, maybe they will look less different for an Indian, right? Because actually, has some similarities, some similarity, also some historical connections with. Sorry, some historical connection with India, right? And then the religion. Religion is deeply rooted into this land, and there are a lot of religion actually. So there is Buddhism, there is Hinduism, there is even Christianity, and this is reflected in the different churches or mosque or temples, right? And it is interesting how those religions are really living together in the same place, right? Without any problems. Well, let's say they had issues in the past, so the land was actually, this island was had a very bad civil war that lasted nearly 30 years, right? So in reality, they were a lot of conflicts, but it was settled, I think, around 2009. So it's fairly recent, and but by then the land, I mean the country has improved a lot, and as tourism has flourished and agriculture as well. I mean, it still remains a very poor country. So if you look at it with our eyes, right, you see a lot of poor people. I mean, people that are living with people that are living with very little money, right? So they are earning like 400 euro per month, and some of them are below the poverty line, right? And some of them are really working like 8-10 hours to get few dollars a day, right? And like the people that are working in the tea farms or anyway in the, yeah, because the tea and the agricultural products are really important there, right? So So what we do. What we do. Do you have any questions for my? Do you have any questions on my trip or not? If you have any question on my trip, I can gladly answer them. You can find some pictures on. Hello, hello. Did the voice went away at a certain point, or? Okay, sorry. I saw the voice meter, but can you tell me if you hear me now? Because I checked the meter was up and down. Maybe it disconnected for some reason. I don't know. But what I was saying is that I'm back from my vacation. I was just showing some pictures. I was just saying that that the trip went well and I liked it. And I was also speaking about this rock. As you can see here at the bottom, there are life is very visible, but there are two posts, right? Here, two posts of a lion, because there is a fortress of a lion. And okay, now it's good. Okay, thank you. Sorry. And there is a big stair here that goes up the fortress, and at the top there was actually a very big fortress in the past, right? But is actually destroyed. There are only few remains of this at the top, and actually inside the rock there were rooms, but they are not visible anymore today. So yeah, and I said no, you take the super long stair, and at the top there is something, but it's not the full fortress. There is a remains of a fortress, but what you have from the top is a beautiful view of all the surroundings, right? So you have if you look this way, you have a very, very, very nice view of the surrounding. I don't know if I have other pictures I can show you. Let me see if I have other picture maybe that you didn't see in Discord. I mean, for sure I have. I just have to find. Let me see if I can find any latest pictures. I think many I show you already. I mean, a few I show you already, but I'm trying to go backward. The problem is there are always people in the pictures, and I don't want to show people. I don't want to show people because, you know, for privacy reasons. Okay, this one is not people. So one thing that I saw is that, oh wow, that's super small. Why is it so small? One thing is that their style, right, is, I mean, the style of these temples are like very kitsch for us, right? Very, I mean, the colors are super strong, like this yellow, this orange, you know, are very, very strong colors that we really don't see in our temples, right, or in our churches. So let me see, this one is pretty cool as well. Yeah, there is another temple that has dozens and dozens of Buddha statues at the front, and there is a this very strange tower that I don't understand exactly. I mean, that it looks like a steampunk tower, right? It looks like a steampunk tower, and these things looks like gears, right? This thing looks like gears, but they are not. They're just kind of drawings. But it's very strange, right? It looks very, very strange. And yeah, this is a picture I took there. So it's exactly like this. So there is a big contrast between this tower and these statues, right? There is a very strong contrast. One seems to be made in the future, right? And but anyway, some of these buildings are really not that old. There are some buildings that have been built in the last 20-30 years, right? So let me see if I can find any other picture without people, because there is always people. This one is cool. This one, we were inside, let me copy this one. We were inside a mangrove jungle. So here we were on a boat, right? And this phone number is probably the company that you can call to rent a boat in this mangrove jungle. And you see that there are mangroves everywhere, and there are small paths that you can go with your boat, right? With your boat. And yeah. Let me see if I can find a few more, and then without people. But we did a lot of stuff. We really did a lot of stuff. Different activities, from going to the mangroves, to hiking, to safari, to things like that. This was the crocodile. Wait, there is a crocodile here. Is there or no? No, it's not. Where is the crocodile? Oh, there it is. Here is the crocodile. So we met the crocodile, right, on the road. Well, it was actually a safari, so it was actually inside a reserve, and yeah, it was pretty nice. It's pretty nice. And yeah, the crocodile, and he was keeping his mouth open, and I don't know about this part, right, because I didn't understand if this was his normal top mouth, or if he catched something that's stuck in his teeth. I don't know. That is kind of weird, but anyway. We don't see these color angel temple usually because they are too old. Yeah, but in our temples, we really, I mean, if you look at a picture of our temples, everything is made with like shadows and light, and the painting techniques are very, very refined, right? So they are very high quality, and the artists were trying to put the, you know, the best shading, the best detail and such, while while in their temples, searching other pictures, while in their temples, you really see this weird colors. There is another image of a market, of a shop, right? Of a shop on the road, right, with a lot of different fishes. I guess the smell here was pretty strong, but yeah. But anyway, I'll show you a bit. I don't know if I can show you more, but they were very beautiful places. And there was a lot. This is nice because this looks a bit like how the land was looking. So this was a tea factory. This name that you see at the top is a tea factory there, and these are all tea plants, right? And they have really hundreds and hundreds of square kilometers of tea plantation, of tea plants, right? Because tea is one of their main export income. So yeah, but anyway, the land was very green. It was very different from place to place, a lot of rivers and lakes, and yeah, it was also a bit dry somewhere. I mean, there are parts that are dry, but the majority was pretty green, right? So and these were all the teas, right? These were all the teas that they there is a picture of many different teas that they were selling. Yeah. Okay, anyway, I think I show you enough for the people that are here. And yup, that's it. Okay, let's go to plane shift now. Do you have any questions on the trip, or if you have any question on the trip, I can answer. But maybe you're not very interested because it's a trip you did. I mean, I did and not you did. So okay, so. By the way, for the one of you that don't know, we have a new release out that was released about 2 weeks ago. It's 0751, and it's a new release where we did some work on the CT management, and in particular to the benefits that the CT management achievements and tiers will give to the players when they are in the city range, right? I think this trip impressed you. Yes, it was a very good trip. I really liked it. I really liked it. I really liked it. Okay, so I don't know where to begin but well, the easiest way to begin is to clear, wait, let me clear this. The easiest way to begin is to start from where we left, which is the last release, right? Which is the last release. Let me see. I played a bit of Hearthstone today, and by the way, you don't know, but I'm still in holidays, right, for a few days. So that's very good. So I'm not working these days. I will start to work next Monday. So I still have this week, which is fantastic. I mean, I have some stuff to do because like the house was not really taken care of in these weeks, and like the garden is a bit messed up and things like that. But it's fine. Where is the last Alpha 07? Is it this one, the last one, or not? Pam param pa pam. Pam pa pam pa pam. Oh, by the way, about the Ukraine Russia stuff, I'm not super up to date. At least today, I didn't check. I mean, I'm up to date up to yesterday. Today, I know that there was this meeting with Trump. That should happen pretty much now. So I don't know if there are any news of the last hour, but I think I will check it. I will check it after the stream. Otherwise, I will spend too much time here just looking at the news. So I will. I don't know. Sorry, I'm thinking to how the hell should I move on? And I'm distracted by a few other things. I have like 100 emails. To go through. Most of them are hopefully spam, right? But I still need to check them somehow. And just to check if there is anything important. Usually is mostly spam or the usual website like Steam, Battle.net, or other things like updating me on stuff. But yeah, they are continuously proposing me some sponsorship, right? Like for the stream. The problem is that we have so few viewers that I don't think it will ever work, right? Like this one is saying sponsorship offer, right? Certain game wants to sponsor you. That is also the name of the game. And join their campaign. You can earn up to $6,000, right? The more campaign goals you hit, the more you'll earn, right? But I guess that is like you have to show the game on stream, play it for like 2 or 3 hours, and then you also you need a number of people that are actually going to install the game with your referral code. And like if you have like 100 people doing it, then maybe you earn I don't know, $50. You have like 1,000 people doing it, you earn $1,000. I don't know, right? $2,000. I don't know. So it's something like this. I think with our numbers, it will probably never work, right? Because there will be like 5 people doing it, right? And it's not. Ba-da-da-da-da-ram. Okay guys, so let's recap where we are. Release 0752, city manager, define the benefit. One of them could be, for example, add sleeping taverns and such. Faction progression, update all the NPC with proper faction score. Yeah, this one is an important one. Define the faction structure, organization structure, important people. This is another very important one. Create NPC and quest for the new guild halls. That is a very important one. Quest chain for each factions. Impersonate not working. Add the loot for the Quill Drake. Define where the 3 types of Quill Drake live. Define the weaker distribution. Define the strength powers. Bamboo is harvestable resource? I don't think so. Menita puzzle. I think Menita puzzle is part of the quest chains. New modular dungeon set. Rangers of the Dome. Yeah, these are the 2 new. We have to change the music and the scene, by the way. I have to change the music as well. Sorry, I'm still a bit offline today. I mean, I'm not fully into this thing into this thing yet, right? So I still have to switch my brain from vacation mode to normal mode. I only arrived yesterday after a 24-hour trip. I mean, this place is very far, so perhaps it's time to explore more. My suggestion to make a dwarf sandwich in game with commercial advertisement. And the advertisement being paid? Could be. Could be. Para-pa-para-para-pa-pa-param. Para-pam-pam-pam-pam-param. So which one of those I want to do? Then there is a bunch of other stuff here, right? Like, but this is really minor stuff. I don't think we care about that. I think we care about this. I think we care about this. We do. I think we care about the world economy. I don't know if we care about this actually, but the spawning of NPC from their lair, but definitely we. I mean, having a broken economy is a big deal, right? Is a big issue. So I would need someone, right, in game to give me also some feedback of what I think, right, is the most important stuff, right? I think, for example, someone was saying that our monsters are still not fighting properly, right? Are still not working properly or things like that. But I think what I would like to do, I would like to use better what we have, right? Which is always, because I'm always adding stuff, but I'm never using well what we have. And I need a better system for that. I need a better system. Just a second. No, it's okay. It's fine. So, for example, right, the new guild halls, right? So we have the new guild halls, but they are basically empty, and is a bit of a. I mean, it's kind of a pity, right? So we have these new guild halls that we made, but they are empty. I mean, they are nice to visit. You can visit them, right? But I don't know exactly why there is this flash. I don't know. But is it raining or what? Yeah, it is raining. So I think the main problem is that, okay, these locations are very nice because they give us the possibility to add progression and a new NPC and a new quest, but again, we need to add them, right? And at the moment, I don't have them, right? So there is a lot of populate the new event generator with more than simple bartender in the tavern. Yes, I think so as well. You know what I was thinking for the generator, for the random generator? I was thinking something a bit weird, but this was what I was thinking. I was thinking, at the moment, the generator is working this way. He has certain areas that are defined, right? And and some areas can be the same type, right? So for example, one area can be tavern, like this one is a tavern, this one is a tavern, this one is a tavern, and then you decide, and then you say, oh, sometimes inside a tavern there is a bard playing a song, right? And so it happens this way. But there are also other places that may be like this, which are outdoors, right? Where you can say, oh, if a player comes by, right? If a player comes by here, and then he goes inside this area, the area is checking if there is a potential event that he can spawn, and then he's spawning the event there, right? And then he's spawning the event there. But the idea is, shouldn't we do the opposite? I mean, for the taverns it's fine, right? But shouldn't we do the opposite? Like, we follow the player. Well, it's about the same though. But we follow the player and we decide what events to generate based on his path, his location, and how many events he got already. I understand that this is like the opposite of what we do, right? But my problem of the method of the areas is that if we don't define areas everywhere, that will never happen, right? I mean, we can define areas everywhere, by the way. I mean, if they are big enough, we can define them. But then the problem is that there is no history, there is no story, right? There is no real progression. This is what I'm saying. Because maybe here, you know, maybe the player goes here and this one is I don't know, a fighting event, right? And then the player goes here, and here there is I don't know, maybe a religious event, right? A religious event which gives you knowledge and something, right? But then maybe he goes back here and finds another fight, right? But it's the same fight. The problem is that it's the same or a similar fight, right? So I guess that when players then realize where things are, they could then trigger it kind of automatically. Now, if the area is big enough and is not that identifiable, then they may not fully understand, right, the shape. But still, the other way, right? The other way would be to actually follow the player. So basically generate events based on a sequence after a certain amount of time, which may be randomized, and it may happen in the surroundings of the player, no matter what, right? Now, it still has to be based on it, or another way could be, because I'm trying to understand, you know, I mean, I have the event generator, but I don't know exactly how to use it. I didn't define yet how to use it. So that's the problem. I think the event generator is a good point, Ulla. It is a good point, right? It's one of the things that we have and we don't use enough. It is a very good point. So we should try to use it as much as possible. I agree. But our land is huge. So what I will have to do, I will have to define very large areas, right? That are basically covering everything. Because if we don't cover all the land, players will never find these events, right? If I just say, oh, it's a very small, I don't know, let's say that I define here a very small area, right? With an event, no one will ever find it. So let's say that I define, I don't know, I define this area to be the area of an event, right? This will never be enough, right? This will never be enough. So I think I need very large areas, right? I need very large areas. Like in this forest, we can define this whole thing that I'm seeing in front of me, right? As one area. All this can be one area. So, I mean, it's not the sector, because I think that the sector is really too big. I think the sector is really too big, but if I say, oh, there is a bridge, right? There is a bridge. There is an event on the bridge. I think that's too small. Can we have an event on the bridge or not? That's the question. Well, if there is a landmark, maybe yes. If there is a landmark like this, maybe yes, because people will see it and people will go through it. Yeah, I think if there is a landmark, probably it is doable to have an event only here. But if there is no landmark, right, like here there is this huge area, I cannot really place it in one spot. I will have to place it. Now, if I place it very big, right, if I make it very big, so let's say that I take, let's say that I go up like a boss. I go up like a boss, right? And I say, oh, this whole area is defined as my event. The first problem I have is the vertical thing, right? Ok, ora... Sorry, I got a message that was kind of distracting, I would say. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I got distracted again. Yeah, so I think one question is, should we just define large areas? Yes. Because otherwise people will never find the I think that the best strategy is we take the whole world. The best strategy is we take the whole world and we cover it fully. Okay. So this means that we need something similar to sector. So I could have, in theory, something that is like this or not with priority. That's a very good question. That is a very good question. You know why? For the bridge discussion, right? Sorry, I'm reading some messages that they are sending me, which are distracting as hell. So if we do the example of the bridge, let's say that I have. Can I remove the fog? Can I remove the fog? We said that we can, right? We can with 0, 0, 0, 0. Alpha 0. Yes. So let's say that we have this situation, right? And I want to have an event on the bridge, but at the same time, I want to have an event everywhere else, right? At the moment, I don't think that our system allows this. I don't think that our system allows this. How can we? Okay, let me check how we can do this now. Let me check how we can do this now. Because the way I did it at the moment is the opposite, right? So I can define areas. I can define areas, but I cannot do... Yeah, that's an issue. Or we do it on a... Oh, but well, I could define... I could extend sectors to be... but anyway, just to reinforce the message, Hula, I think that random generator is a good idea. I think random generator... I mean, it's here already, right? It's here already. Where is it? Where is it? Random events, right? Is here already, right? Is here already. So... Also to use the shrines, for example. The current definition of I think I can extend the sector system. The problem of extending the sector system, well, it's not very hard in the sense that we could define, I mean, or we define a new, Okay, so let's think about the tables that we have. We have the sector table. We have the, I think it's called SC locations. Yeah, SC locations. No, because you know what is the easiest way to use the system? I was thinking, oh, the easiest way, right? The easiest way is that I define a single zone for the whole game, and I put all the events there so they are generated randomly across the land, right? This is what I was thinking, which is actually a solution. But it's not good enough because there can be areas, right, that are completely. So let's say that this is, let's say, well, the first problem is that our world is not square, right? That is extremely annoying. Shit, I cannot do this. Okay, so this is our world size today. And then there are certain areas, like for example, the bronze doors, right? That are like this, and then there are additional. So for example, I will have to exclude the labyrinths, right? Or anyway, I will have to exclude parts of the labyrinths. Not all the labyrinths, but parts of the labyrinth. There are labyrinths here, right? And I will have to exclude part of that. Plus, there are caves. So the easiest way would be to say, okay, I define an area that takes our whole world. But obviously, this is not a solution because first of all, there will be places where there is no land. Well, when there is no land, I can detect the land, and if that is not just a second. I need to check something quick. How do I do this? I have to stop this and this. It's a bit of a mess. Okay. Okay. So what I was saying is. By the way, let me check if anyone is saying anything. Hey, Yoko. Hello. Would it be events that are not reachable? No. What I can do, I can define a certain area, and then check if there is ground below. So we can line trace, right? So I can basically define, for example, the area at this height, And then what the line trace will do, will basically do what I'm doing now. So we'll draw a line from up to down, and only when he hits the ground, like in this case, it will generate the event in this location. So it's a vertical line trace, right? It's a vertical line trace. And we can do that anywhere, right? We can do that anywhere. So for example, if my box is bigger than my world and I want to generate an event here, this will not find any ground, and so it will try again, maybe here, and then here it will find the ground and it will generate the event, right? So we can do that. So we can smartly detect, you know, the areas where it really can generate it and cannot generate. Yeah, the problem about reachable areas though is that if we do it in a weird way, right? If we do it in a weird way, it may happen that the event is generated in a place like this, which actually is a valid location. Yeah, like mountain peaks. Yeah, this is what I'm thinking. Yeah, it's a valid location, but maybe it's not easily reachable, right? So yes, that's kind of a problem. This is why we can define locations with polygons, right? So I can define location. So I can say, oh, in this area, right? In this area, I want to define a polygon that is this, right? So we could do this. So we have this possibility today, because I can define in the database a location. Oh, fuck. Okay. Where is it? Can define a location. Yeah, like this one, right? So a path, so for example, this location, right, is defined as path room gobble 1, right? And I don't know if he has a radius or what. I don't remember how this is defined exactly. Ah, yes. Yeah, sorry. It's 4 points, right? This is 4 points. Yeah, you see, this is 4 points. This is the same region with 4 points. This is the previous location. This 21 is pointing to this. This 22 is pointing to this. The 23 is pointing to this. The 24 is pointing to this. So is a polygon, right? Is a polygon, and these are the coordinates, right? So we can define a location this way. Now, when we define the events, Let me see. When we define the events, we can define an event as a waypoint, or we can define the event as a number of waypoints. BDR 2012. Can the event point to because I think that this BDR 2012 is actually an alias. But I think we can. Anyway, I think we can. Let me see. Tavern. I don't remember exactly how this is determined, right? But maybe we have it documented here. Maybe I documented here under generated. But I mean, at the moment, I'm thinking more of what I want to do more than how to do it. I think how to do it, we find it out, right? An event is defined to happen in an area type. For example, forest tavern specific location. This location will be the random events area and random event area type. If you want to be in a specific part of the network point, you can specify random event area with the syntax beep waypoint. Okay, so at the moment. Yeah, at the moment is a bit limited, but we can extend it. In case we can extend it. What happens in iLab would they drop on roofs? Yeah, so we need... No, but we need to... Yeah. No, I understand that. Okay, sorry, just a second. Just a second. I'm receiving messages all the time. Oh my god. 1 second. I'm back. Hello. Who joined? Hello, J10. Hey. Or Jayden. Hello. Welcome. Just a second. Okay, sorry. Am I back or not? Yeah, I'm back audio as well. So yeah, so at the moment we have two ways. For what I understand, we have two ways to define. We have two ways to define let's say random spawn locations. One is by associating it to an area type, and the area type is random event location area type. But the problem is that this one is only location and radius area type. So the area, yeah, well, we can extend it. Okay, so we don't support polygons at the moment. It seems that we don't support polygons on random events. The problem I have at the moment is that we don't even have I mean, we can go by sector, we can go by point, we can go by area, but we cannot go by polygon at the moment. I can extend it to polygon, but extend it to polygon because it means that basically, I don't understand why I'm not using, I think the easiest would be to use the SC locations. So if I could use this name, okay, let me check one thing because I think we can do it. I think we can do it with a relatively simple change. Because you know, I can add fixed location spawn points, but that will be very, 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 very limiting. I think what I want to do now is to say, let's define 5 events and then let's spread them on an area, which is basically the whole world, right? So that they actually happen. So that they actually happen. So we have one manager, which is the random event manager, right? And the random event manager is choosing the location, right? Based on the applicable locations. Not these locations, but these locations, yes. So for example, this, right? So here we are spawning the item based, so at a specific time, execute event time. How does he know the it's probably part of the definition of the timer thingy. I cannot go there yet because he's still parsing the files, but he's still parsing, unfortunately. But it should be yeah. Event location, yeah. Still loading. Okay, it loaded now, I guess. Okay. Okay. Okay, so we have. Sorry, I got distracted by another message. Today is still coming back home day. Coming back home, yeah. So. There is the one. Trying to understand how this is structured. But I think it is preloaded. I think it's preloaded. I think his idea will not find it. Ah, wait. Event spawn point. Event location. Random point in navigable radius, event location radius, target nav look. Okay, so here we're just searching a random point in. Okay, so that is good because with the example that we discussed before, right? So of having a point that is actually unreachable, right? If it's a navigable point, it's automatically reachable somehow. So I think the Unreal Engine is helping us here, because this get random point in navigable radius is already a thing. Now my problem is this is not, that is preloaded, right? That is preloaded. That is preloaded. But anyway, I think we can work a bit on this, guys. I think we can work a bit on random events. I think is a good functionality that we have in the game, and I think we can. I think we can expand it. There is a bit of R coding into this. So it's basically checking the syntax. This syntax. There is a waypoint. The only thing that I don't understand is that when we are saying Ara South 1, right? Is this an alias or is this what? Let me see. Find waypoint in the network. This one is doing what? The name of the waypoint to find, alias, if not, null pointer will be set if the name is one of the aliases of the WP found. When? Okay. Okay. Yeah, we can use aliases. If the name is one of the aliases, is an alias. If the name is an alias, it will return the corresponding WP associated to the alias, right? So this is what this thing is doing. The problem is that this is still a waypoint. This is still a waypoint, is not so so it so to extend it, right? So to extend, we need another syntax that is in addition to WP. In addition to WP, we need a location name. We need a location name. So if we get a location name, okay, let me try this. Because I think I know what I have to do. I just want to be sure that we can properly test it in we can probably test it in dummy database. think this is what I need. So I need a okay, let's do this. I need 3 examples. I need one with a default area type, one with the waypoint. Well, actually one with multiple waypoints, they can be selected randomly, and one with the area type or location area type. Okay, I think he started up. No, it didn't. Database is up. Why is not starting? Wow. We need this one. Why didn't start? Didn't start because we didn't copy. Okay. Yeah, we didn't update the dummy database with the new table. Okay, 1 second. So I need to do this. I need to do 2 things. I need to do this, and then I need to do CT what? CT tier definition, exactly. No. Okay, so now I don't think we need the tiers defined. Well, maybe we do. We can define some dummy ones. I mean, this is just a table that is required for the server to start, but it's not what I was trying to do. So, but let's see if it starts, right? No, it doesn't. I guess it needs the definition of the tiers. I guess it needs the definition of the tiers. Abandoning request random event strip. No. Did he fail before this? Why? What? The server is failing for pretty much. I'm pretty sure that it's failing for the missing city tier definitions, but it's strange that the message doesn't say. Right? The message doesn't say that. The message actually doesn't say that, which is weird, but I think is what is happening. I mean, it's saying zero. Yeah, it's saying 0 tier description for 0 cities. I didn't want to stop on this, but I guess we have no way than solving this. There is this one as well. Error, yeah, maybe it's this one actually. Error in random event script 3, KA gamble. Gamble KA does not exist. Why? Did I delete it or what? Event script 3. Okay, which is the tavern, yeah. Which is the tavern. Gamble KA. Gamble KA. Gamble KA does not exist. Gamble KA does not exist. Because there is no freaking quest loaded. Stupid me. Okay. Okay, my bad. Unfortunately, yeah, there is a bit of a dependency between random generated events and quest if we are using knowledge areas, but it's a bit long to explain. But yeah, there is a dependency. I missed that dependency, and so the server was not loading everything that was needed. So Okay. Okay. So, one thing I wanted to check, right? If I do patch show, okay, we have this waypoint. This waypoint is, for example, waypoint 19. Waypoint minus 10 L. Waypoint minus 10 L. Height lat 10. Height lat 10. Height lat 30 L. Lang stamp. Okay, so we can use, okay, let we, I mean, these are, we don't have many waypoints, right, in the dummy database. There seems to be very, very few. Maybe we can add a new one just for the random generated events, right? So if I connect, I think it's possible to select and extend. If I do WP select, didn't find any path close by. Selected path idler 30 from idler 11 to idler 30 at range 27. Okay, so we have this one selected now. Now if I go here and I say path add WP why there is no WP? I think it was WP, no? No, I can do point, but I don't want to add a point. I want to add a waypoint. Wait a second, I don't remember how the hell this works. Path. Yeah, but path point add is adding. So you need, okay, so you must have a point between waypoints. This is what it's saying. So you have to do path add and then you need to do path stop. Okay. Which is not exactly what I wanted, but I guess it's fine. No, he's adding. Nah, he added. Fuck. He added a new point between the two paths. No! This is not what I wanted to do, boys. Fuck. Okay. I don't remember how to add a new path. Fuck it. Ah. Fuck. Okay. I had to do path start, path end and such. Okay, now I created something that I didn't want to create, which is kind of annoying. Can I undo this? No. Can I delete this? Hard. I can try path point remove and see what happens. You say remove point. Okay, it did it. Easy. Okay, nice. So if we do path start here, does it work or not? No path format set yet. Path format. Set up the font of use over waypoint name when creating new path points. Ah, yes. Yes. I remember this. So we need to do path format. Okay. So in this case, I will do airgen. So it's random generation. Airgen 0 starting from 1. Okay. Okay. So if I go here and now I do path stop, it is going to create a new. Okay, seems that it works actually. Very nice. Okay, very nice. So we created a new path point here. Okay, this is the one that we can use for random generation. Now, would be nice if we could also create a new one. So I would do the same. Okay. Okay, nice. So we have airgen 1 and airgen 2. So now I want to define in my database an additional event, right? And this would be number 4. And this we will call it, so area will be WP rgen1 dash rgen2, right? So this is how we defined it. Now, the only problem of the our start, our end, is that in this case we want it to happen all the time, and event mean probability, it stays at 1. So it basically it happens immediately, right? Even if okay, let's copy exactly the same values. Okay, so in terms of let's spawn a monster or something. Let's spawn a random monster. I don't think we have I don't think we have an example where we are spawning bah. So we need to create cannot be this. What is this Rome City 3 coming from? That's this one, huh? I think we never did one event with a real attackable monster. Let's try. So we need a specific race. We can take whatever. We can take a clacker or 24. 24. 24. Now the problem is that usually we define attackable NPC with a master NPC ID, right? And the master NPC ID is determining the items that he has and all of this, including natural armor and things like that. So if I just say spawn race ID 24, armor ID, weapon ID. Actually, he has this already, which is the default for the race. Well, let's try. Let's try without any inventory and see what happens. Okay. Let's try without any inventory. I will not give him any skills as well. If I don't give him at least a melee skill, I think he will not be able to do anything. He will have no knowledge areas, no specific knowledge area, no merchant, no factions, no variables. Random fighter, parent fighter. I don't think I need any behavior. I don't think so. I think it's just a fighter. And I don't think I need any of this. Okay. So, I think if we copy this, I'm not 100% sure, but it should be fine. If we copy this here, and we submit, Okay. I was just checking if this was possible the way it is. And waiting for the thing. Okay, so now we have these two paths. So let's see if we restart everything, what happens. I checked this in, yes. And then we want to see, I enable the events also for the GM, so they should actually trigger. And I'm trying to understand. There was a no NPC found. I saw a no NPC found or something. No NPC found to loading sector. Error NPC not found to repopulate. Ah, yeah, because okay, it's fine. That is fine. And this is fine. Okay. Okay, we are good. I think we can test. What I would like to test, a second, just to have the example of the waypoint properly functioning with a random creature spawning in. Okay. So what do we want to see? So we have a radius of 10 meters from here. In theory, maximum 1 minute. You should randomly choose one of these two waypoints and actually spawn the NPC. Okay, it did it. It did it. Okay, so it actually works. Okay, so you see the NPC is generated there, and actually is an attackable NPC. So I can kill it if I want. Assuming that I can actually attack him. Okay, so this kind of, and this is already working with. Now the only thing that I don't know is how the hell did he choose the waypoint, right? That I have no idea, but I think he's choosing randomly between I think he's choosing randomly. I think he's choosing. Yeah, it's randomizing. It's randomizing between the available locations. If it is one location, if it's not one location, He's doing it on all locations. So where is the... Is it a flag or... Oh? Yeah, it is a flag, I guess. If it's a flag, so but but then it should have generated 2. Oh my god, it generated 1,000,000. Okay. Let me kill all these bugs 1 second, huh? Now the point is that if you don't specify the one location, is basically I'm kind of expecting to see 2 NPCs spawning, but I don't know if he stopped doing it or... Schedule event ID in 60 seconds from now. Schedule event ID 4. Something went wrong while trying to destroy NPC ID 1. Yeah, well, yes. Why is triggering 4 events though? Hmm? There seems to be 4 events. No, I don't understand this. I think this thing is a bit broken because it look like... Oh fuck. Oh fuck. 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. Yeah, there is a bug. This thing is multi-spawning. This thing is multi-spawning, guys. So every event is spawning. But it's very strange though. Huh? Schedule sub-event ID 4 in 100 seconds. No, that I understand. Is it because it's giving an error and so it's not continuing with the completion of the event? Yeah, that's possible. Something went wrong when trying to destroy NPC ID. Wait. Something went wrong when trying to destroy NPC ID. Me, I stopped at it all. Good night. See you, Hula. I think I will go soon as well. But you know, tomorrow is holiday for me, so. But I want to at least to arrive to a point here. In theory, it is doing nothing bad. I don't understand exactly what happened, right? I mean, it looks like there are 4 events happening at the same time. You see that it happened again now? So there are so I don't know if they are respawning because I killed them, or they are respawning just because they are respawning, right? So that I don't understand. I don't understand why. Is it because the completion of the event is longer than the respawn time? Let me try to redo it without killing the NPC, and we see what happens, because there is something weird in this. The fact that we get multiple creatures is definitely not correct. Okay, let's see what happens now. Now, the destroy event is actually longer than the respawn event, right? But they should all be separate, because the NPC ID generated should be unique based on the... So it should not mess that up, but it seems it is. So he's selecting 2 locations, and he's spawning in 2 locations. Then is scheduling the removal of the NPC after 100 seconds, and the new event is happening before, but that's fine. But it seems that what is happening is that Okay, we have the 2 NPC, right? We have the 2 NPC. So he spawned only once. And then he's saying, oh, I will respawn in 100 seconds, the removal. And yeah, exactly. Schedule sub event ID 4 in 100 seconds. The problem is that I generated 2. Right? At the same time. That may be the issue. So that probably when it triggers again. Okay, let me see. We have to wait 60 seconds. We have to wait a minute or so. Something went wrong while trying to destroy NPC ID 1. Fuck. It seems that the NPC ID is not unique. That is very bad. That is very bad. But why? Something went wrong while trying to destroy NPC ID 1. I think we are searching it wrongly because it's not... Huh? NPC to destroy, number. Spawn NPC, find ref, event time, NPC to destroy. Yeah. I think, okay, so this needs to be reviewed. I think what is happening is that the spawn in multiple places is messing up. It's very strange though, but... Sorry guys, I'm still a bit tired by all the travel and time zone and shit, so I'm reasoning a bit slower than usual, but I don't understand why we do this. Why we do this? I mean, we have the actual... I think this is kind of a bad idea, right? So we have the actual NPC. We have the actual NPC. Why we have to go by ID? Ah, because it's not spawned yet. When I define... I see. So actually... Okay, there is a problem in this, right? There is a significant problem in this. Basically, what is happening is that the event, right? The event is one object. That is the event object. but the event object in this case is spawning two different NPC, because we have in the syntax that we want this to happen in two locations, right? It's happening in two locations. So it's actually spawning two NPC, and what it's doing is associating in the destroy NPC the NPC ID 1, which by the way is the same for both, and then he's searching it by ID and he's only finding one and not the second, right? So what happens is that he's only destroying one. So 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7, so there will always be one more there. So the second one will be but still is no anyway is not working, right? Because even if it was only one location, it's still not working. Because the distraction, well, in this case, because the distraction, okay, let's do one thing. Just to validate that the theory works in a simple scenario, right? Let's do this. Let's move it to one waypoint, and let's ensure that the destruction of the NPC happens in a time frame which is lower than the duration of the respawn. So basically 30 seconds, right? So I think there is a simple case, and in this simple case it will work, and probably is the case that I tested myself, right? Now, we could completely remove the destroy, but we absolutely need to be sure that if I'm spawning in multiple locations, the ID is kept, right? So I think what we have to do, we have to substitute the ID with the actual NPC after the spawning. Otherwise, which we should have, right? Because we have destroy NPC ID 1. So there is ID 1 and there is ID 1. I think as soon as we spawn it, we should replace this ID 1 with the actual NPC pointer. And if that pointer gets destroyed before we, yeah, exactly. And if it happens twice, I think it can be a T map, but it needs to be a multi-T map, a T multi-map, because should be a T multi-map, because we need to have more than one. We may have more than one, right? Yeah. Okay, so this part was kind of broken, by the way. I mean, it works very well with one NPC only, but it does not work if you have multiple NPC. Okay, so let's see what happens now, right? So we still have the 60 second, but now we only have one location, which is WP1, which I guess is this guy. So the NPC will spawn here within 60 seconds. And then and then 30 seconds after will be destroyed. Okay, it was created. Now in 30 seconds that will be destroyed. And in another 30 the new one will be created. So this cycle basically works flawlessly. But it's only because we have only one NPC and one location. If we have two locations, it starts to break. Okay, so now we remove the NPC, It is scheduled a new event in 60 seconds. I don't understand exactly. Don't understand exactly why though. Is it because it's the last? Schedule next event. No, but there is a problem here. Schedule next event should happen only if schedule next is yes. If schedule next. Okay, good. Yeah. Yeah, because in this case I'm scheduling the next only after. Okay. So this will work. With one NPC it will work. It will not be a problem. With multiple NPCs, we need to change the code to associate the actual NPC to, the actual actor. We need to associate the actor. We cannot just have this. We cannot just have NPC to destroy. We cannot have this. Okay, so there is one change we have to do. It's not a difficult change. I think it's a relatively easy change. I just want to see if this is like iterating forever properly, but I think it is. It's just that we have a cycle of 1 minute and a half every time, so it's a bit long to test, but I think this is fine. So I need to basically change this array. This thing should be a multi-map that is actually so at the moment it's just an array. At the moment it's just an array. But that is a very bad idea. It should be a T multi-map. Now a T multi-map and actually should be should be like this, right? I think it should be like this. Do we want to do it? Good question. Do we want to do it? No, we need two arrays, right? We need two. I think we need two arrays actually. I think the multi-map can be there, but the object can be null, I assume. The only problem is... Wait a second. 'Cause Do I need 2? Now, because the problem is this, I'm adding the ID at the beginning. Yeah, it is a bit of a mess to maintain. It's a bit of a mess to maintain. What is the best structure to maintain this? So basically I have the NPCs, right? The NPCs are defined like NPC ID 1, right? And NPC ID 2. The only problem is that there is the definition. But then if I have 2 locations, right? If I have location 1 and location 2, when they spawn, they generate a separate actor, right? So this would be actor 1 and this would be actor 2. And because I'm yes, and so my ID 1 is not enough anymore to point to my actor, right? It's not anymore. Even if I know that when my event is when my events want to destroy the NPC, do I want to destroy them both or do I want to destroy only one? That is a very good question. Also consider there may be a probability, right? So there may be a 50% probability that he responds. So if I have 100 locations on the map and the probability is 20%, right? So it will not spawn them everywhere. So it's not guaranteed that I always have one ID corresponding to the number of, yeah, exactly. So, but the ID is unique. Within an event, the ID is unique. So I think probably a better structure would be then to have a T map. To have a T map that is pointing to an array of this, right? So that this is my ID. This is my ID 1. And my ID 1 is pointing to this, right? Do I have to destroy my array all the time? I mean, I can make it a pointer. I mean, I can use an array pointer actually. I think this. I'm thinking if I want to have a pointer here on the array or not. I think probably the answer is yes. I mean, as long as we properly manage the removal of items from here, I think it will be easier, because then I can just get my array pointer, and when I do the find ref, I get my array pointer, and then I add or remove items without having to copy all the time, right? So I think it's a better idea to do it like that. So this then this is the same. That is the same. So now the assumption is that we have a variable number of items that are generated based on the probability on all the locations, and we gather them inside this array where the ID is this ID, right? And yeah, I may definitely point to different NPC. Okay, let's try to do it this way and see what happens. Okay, so at the beginning the array will be empty, right? So at the beginning, which is here, this array will be empty. Well, actually it is this monster here. So why we do this now? Oh, wait a second, there is something weird here. Here we are inside what? Here we are inside random event, right? And here we are inside random event time. Okay. So I think the random event, I think the random event can still keep the array ID. Right? So I think that this is okay. And I think that this is also okay. And this is also okay. Yes. Now the problem will be this. Exactly. Because when we instantiate or what we can do, which is probably easier, because there is the definition. One thing is the definition and one thing is the instancing, right? So this definition is unique and works all the time. While the instancing of it is for each of the events that we generated, right? So the definition, so what I'm thinking is this. That probably we need two. We need the IDs, which is the list of NPC to destroy, list of NPC ID to destroy, right? And this is defined once and is then reused many times, while this is the list of the actual NPC actors to destroy, right? Which may not correspond to that one because it may be one too many. So yes. So let's say, for example, in our definition, we say, oh, you have to spawn 5 of those, right? Which at the moment here is not here because we have only one instance. But I could say spawn NPC ID 1 number, right? I could have a number. Like spawn 5 of them. So if we spawn 5 of them, like 5 monsters, exactly the same, exactly identical to each other, right? I will put them here. I will put just ID 1, but here I will put the 5, right? And then I will reference here the ID. So I think that this way kind of works. It should work in theory. So when I arrive here, when I arrive, wait, NPC to destroy, NPC to destroy, NPC to destroy. Yes, when I arrive here, we do IDs, right? So that we initialize the event time with the IDs that we need to destroy. And then when we arrive here, that we have to destroy the actual NPC. No, before that, we need obviously to associate when we do the spawn, right? When we do the spawn. I don't know exactly if it's happening. Yeah, it's happening here, right? And this a spawn, yeah, and this spawn NPC. So here we basically need to populate our team map with this new character ID, right? So we get, now the only problem is that the array is initialized empty at the beginning, I'm pretty sure. So we have to be sure that we get Oh, fuck. It was there already. Cannot believe it. Spawned NPC. Seriously? It was here already, boys, but we don't use it properly. But you see this one, store the NPC pointer so we can destroy it later on. Now, we do it within the event. Oh, fuck. Huh? Wait. Wait, 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 wait. We do it within the event, not within the event time. We do it within the event. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Okay. Wait. Okay. So I had that already somehow. But it's not the way it should be. I mean, it's fine. We can use APS. We can use APS character, right? If we really want here. I think we can do it this way. I think we can do it this way and... The only problem I have with this is... so this will return a T array of this, right? And this is a pointer too, right? So this one doesn't exist. Well, yeah, I think we can assume that the fuck. Okay. I think we can assume that this is happening all the time. And this is our T array of this shit. Now, I don't know if we can create... how do we create this? Do I create it here or what? Do I do it like this or what? Should never do this, right? I should never do a new on a real object, right? Should always be new object, but if I do new object, can I do a new object of this shit? Because it is a bit weird, huh? Because then, if we do that, right? What? So I do new object of this as well. I think I'm messing up here. So what do? I do this? But how we can do this? You can? Do you think it will create an empty array pointer? Or should I pass this here? Fuck, I don't know. I mean, the other way is that I always pass this thing as a parameter to the construct. But I would like to just initialize it empty, right? But I don't know if this is actually going to do it. I mean, it seems that he likes the compilation. So even without this, right? No, I cannot do it. Well, you cannot do it because the T-map is not... The T-map is not a pointer. Wait. The T-map is not a pointer. No, I understand that. But I don't think I can do... I don't think I can do this, right? Oh shit. I don't know how to do this, guys. I don't know how to do it. So should I just pass my T array, or should I just create a new T map temp? But I don't know how to create a T map of this shit actually. Wait a second. I think I did something similar already. For example, yes, like for example this, right? There is a T-map int T-weak object point, but it's not an array of, but it's pretty much the same. I mean, the difference is the pointer. The difference is the pointer. I mean, it seems that like this, he actually did it. What the fuck? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Fuck, it doesn't like it. He liked it for a second, but I think it was actually wrong. So I need a T-weak object pointer or PS character inside an array, right? Inside an array, and this array should be a pointer. So if I do new object, should do it. And this new object should be inside a T map, right? Why doesn't do it? Is it possible to do it this way? I'm getting very sleepy, guys. I'm getting very sleepy. You know what? I think I'm going to bed. I will figure it out, but I will see you tomorrow. I will work more on this. Tomorrow I'm still in holiday, so we will work more on this. I think I want to fix this, but at the moment I'm too tired to... I'm too tired, guys. So thank you for watching. I will see you tomorrow. I don't know exactly at which time. It can be in the morning, can be in the afternoon, depending on how well I'm willing to do this. But yep, I will see you soon, guys. Remember to click on follow on Twitch, subscribe on YouTube, and if you want to download our game, it's available here for free. You can download it and play it. Bye.